Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to start my Bows Books TBR. It is day 1 of the readathon and I already posted my TBR picture on my Instagram. You can check it out right here. And I also want to share my TBR with you. So there are several reading prompts, but I was able to narrow my TBR down to these 2 books because it is a 4-day readathon and I don't know how much I'm actually going to be reading, but I wanted to read 𝒂𝒂𝒃 by Amy Lee. This is the 3rd book in the influencer series. It does have a bow or ribbon right here on the front of her dress. It's also written by a female author. It's also a romance book. And then I also want to read Picking Daisies on Sundays, and I'm really excited about this one because I'm going to be buddy reading it with Keisha. Never read anything by this author before, not even sure if it's a debut, but this is like indie published and this is traditionally published. Yeah, don't even know which one I'm going to start with, honestly. 𝒂𝒃, it says, a grumpy lobster fisherman tosses a fashion influencer's impeccably curated life overboard in this charming romantic comedy. And then Picking Daisies on Sundays says, Danielle Daisy Maria wanted love. It's all she hoped for when starting endless rom-coms every Friday night. What she hadn't hoped for was to find it in her childhood best friend Levi. It was the hand-trembling, heart-thumping kind of love that wasn't supposed to happen when you saw your best friend, but it all ended when he didn't feel the same way and she vowed never to see him again. 4 years later, and one night in a crowded bar in the West Village, there he was, just as perfect as ever. Maybe it was the lightning or the way his hair curled above his brow, but she couldn't say no when he asked her to be his fake girlfriend for his sister's wedding. So that's all I'm going to read about that one. Sounds really cute. Both of them do. So I'm really excited about both of them. And I'm going to take you on this little weekend readathon reading vlog. Alright, I still have on my cute little pink cherry bow shirt, but I had to put this sweatshirt over it because it's pretty chilly here today. It's about 48 in the shade and about 62 in the sun. So pretty chilly here at the beach today, but I just got home from my chiropractor appointment and now I feel like going to Hobby Lobby because I don't have that many like Easter decorations and I would like to buy a few if I find something I really like. And then also I want to get something for my mother-in-law because yeah, she's not doing so great, so I just want to give her something to like cheer her up, and then the next time my husband goes to visit her he can give it to her, just to kind of remind her that it's Easter, that it's spring and stuff like that. So but I also have to make sure it's something that I like because I will be inheriting it obviously. But yeah, let's go to Hobby Lobby. Okay, I am home from my shopping adventure. I did get a bunch of stuff at Hobby Lobby. I also stopped at Starbucks and it was buy one, get one free. So I'm definitely gonna be caffeinated. And then for lunch, I stopped at 𝒂𝒂𝒏, which is like a Mediterranean type place. And you can like build a bowl, and I got pita chips, of course. They're like fried. Oh my gosh, they're so good. So that will be my lunch slash dinner. And the stuff that I got at Hobby Lobby now, props. I got these little bows, how appropriate. He has risen, or he is risen. Little sign. I think we're gonna give this to my mother-in-law. Some of these embroidery flosses. Got 3 of these. Got these colors. I got this one for our house. It's just like a little white rabbit. It's kind of like rustic. I got this rabbit. Sorry. I thought that was really pretty. So this and this probably for her, because like with the pink flowers, I thought it would like kind of match. Oh, I got this door hanger that's like this bunny you put in your fridge. So got those. These were only like $8 a piece, I think. And then I got a Lazy Susan revolving organizer. So it has different things and it's on like a rotating base. So I got that, and this was only $8.99. How much were these? Sorry, $4.49. It was like in my head 8 together for both. So yeah, so I thought these were reasonably priced, and I can use these either in my pantry or in my fridge. So, but yeah, that's what I got at Hobby Lobby. So I got this embroidery floss, or a thread, whatever you want to call it, from Hobby Lobby today. I don't know what colors they are. I think it's just by number, I think. But I got this like baby pink color, this baby blue color, and this like tan brown color. And I thought these were really nice spring colors. And I haven't made this like bracelet that I used to make back in the day in a while. And I thought it would be really fun because it's, while it's not bow related, it's string, ribbon, tying, that sort of thing. So basically you cut I cut 2 strips of each. So 2 pinks, 2 browns, 2 blues, and I did it really, really long to hold it on this, because you need something to hold it against so you can like do the, I don't know, make the friendship bracelet. So yeah, so that is what I'm doing now. All right, I don't even know if you can see it, but here it is. I tied it on, and it's just this little string. It definitely loosens up after it gets wet and stuff, because I wear it in the shower and stuff. But yep, it's on there. It's almost Friends time. I have my bow, I have my water, I have pretzels for a snack, I have the blue glare from my laptop. But yeah, tonight Keisha and I have agreed to start picking daisies on Sundays because we're buddy reading this one, and I think we're gonna do like some book recommendations. So if you're looking for book recommendations, you can always go back and watch that portion of the video. I'll have it linked down below. Let's do this. Sprints are over and I was reading Picking Daisies on Sundays. I made it to page 82, but I want to finish this page because then I'll start chapter 12 like tomorrow. So far I am enjoying this story, but anytime there's like a friends to lovers aspect, I still wish I had more of their friendship vibes so I can understand why they have this deep connection and stuff. And it did like tell me a lot, but I wish I could like see it a lot more, if that makes sense. But so they were friends in high school, and then she kind of confessed her feelings to him, but he didn't feel that way about her. He was like dating someone else, and then they went away from each other for 4 years for like college and stuff, and then they bumped into each other again, and now they're fake dating for like this wedding and stuff like that. And obviously it's gonna be their love story, so it's, you know, childhood friends to lovers, fake dating. Yeah, I am enjoying it, but I'm only 82 pages, so I'm hoping that it stays on this trend, and it'll probably be like a 3 or a 4 star, just depending. But I really do like Levi, the male lead, so I also wish it was dual POV. I really do like when romances are dual POV because you're in both of the characters' heads and you can hear how they both feel about each other, and it feels more like a romance rather than just like one-sided. You know what I mean? But I can still enjoy romances that aren't dual POV, but I just really like when they are dual POV. Hello friends, it's day 2 of Bows and Books. I'm making a liquid IV really quick, and then I need to get reading because yesterday I only read 30 pages of The Catch and 82 pages of Picking Daisies on Sundays. So I want to catch up on my reading. I'm gonna read The Catch because I have an audiobook for that. I don't really have any plans today. Sorry if you hear the stirring, but I don't have any plans today because it's very chilly outside. Last week, we were having some really warm, like summer days, and I was really looking forward to starting to walk outside. I did recently buy like a walking pad treadmill. So I might do that later on today, but I was really hoping to go to the park and walk outside with you guys, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen because it's very chilly. It might warm up this afternoon, but I think it's just supposed to be cloudy all day, so I don't know if it will. So I think the plan is just to make this water, go sit in my reading chair, read The Catch. I did already post my Instagram picture of the day. The prompt was bow, so I had my hair like this and I had my big bow in there. I do love wearing bows in my hair. I just finished listening to The Catch by Amy Lee. First, I want to share, basically, I'll sum up the story for you, and then I do have a few quotes I want to share, and I'll share my final rating. And then I'll be reading Picking Daisies on Sundays next. I'll concentrate on that one. So this is the 3rd book in the Influencer series by Amy Lee. The first, I don't even remember the other books, like the titles. Let's see if it has it in here. Yes, okay. The first one was Set on You. The second one was X's and O's, and obviously this one is The Catch. This one follows Melanie, a Boston fashion influencer who gets an opportunity to go to Halifax in Canada to stay at this like posh kind of resort for a week and shoot content for them and stuff like that. When she gets there, she realizes that she arrived a week early and they don't have any rooms for her and they can't really pay for like extra flights for her. So she decides to try to find other accommodations. She ends up at this B&B that's under renovations / closed, but it was still listed on the Airbnb website. So she ends up staying at Evan's B&B, and she's just trying to like wait out the week so she can get to the other location for work. In the meantime, she ends up going out on this like expedition on his boat with him, and she's being a little reckless and she almost falls overboard, but Evan saves her and he ends up falling overboard and he ends up getting a concussion, going to the hospital. It's like a whole thing, and she, you know, is the one that like gets help for him and stuff like that, but they won't let her back to see him unless she's family. So she says, I'm his fiance. Well, of course she's not, but she says that so she can go back. And then they end up fake dating because obviously it's a small town. The family comes in and they're like, you know, who are you? And all the doctors are like, oh, that's his fiance. And I don't know, they obviously really like her. And then obviously there's feelings blooming between Evan and Melanie as they fake date their way. And there's like this event that happens that they're like, okay, at this event, we're gonna like break up and go our separate ways. But before that happens, they end up really having feelings for each other. But obviously Melanie has her life back in Boston and he has his life in Halifax. So they're trying to figure out like, can we make this work and stuff like that. You do get to see Crystal and Tara from the previous books in the series. You also do get to see a little bit of her brother, Melanie's brother. And I was trying to piece together if I like knew him or he was mentioned in other books, but it's been a while, or at least like a year since I've read those, so I don't really remember, but I did enjoy this. I'm giving it 3 stars. And the reason why I'm rating it 3 stars instead of 2 stars is because I loved the setting of this so much. The romance was cute, don't get me wrong. It just wasn't anything like new or special. But the town I really, really loved. So the town kind of reminded me a lot of Willow Bay from a season for Second Chances by Jenny Bayliss, which I rated this 5 stars, but the town is what really stuck out to me. This is also like a quirky seaside town, and it's like a fishing village too, and this one is as well. So but this one is like in the winter and this one is in the summer, so it was almost like I was in the same location almost. Like even in this one, there's this one part where they like go to this bar restaurant place and it's like the only one in town, and every adult in the town is there. And the same thing can be said in this one. There's like this restaurant that they go to and it's like everybody knows everybody and that sort of thing. So it kind of has those like It Happened One Summer town vibes. So I love settings like this. I absolutely love settings like this, and that is what really like stood out to me. Also Evan's family, his cousin, and obviously Crystal and Tara being friends with Melanie, and I really liked that. But it was like the romance was cute, don't get me wrong, like it was cute. But I've read so many stories like this and I didn't think there was enough influencer chat. I really felt it more in the first 2 books. But there were a couple of quotes that I will talk about. Okay, on chapter 5, page 41, that's the thing that no one tells you about being an influencer. It's solitary, despite social media's very purpose of facilitating human connection. Nearly everything I do is alone. Photos, video tutorials, editing. And yeah, I think a lot of people just like don't get how much it's me and my camera. just me and my camera hanging out. That's what we're doing. Like right now, I'm literally hanging out with the camera stacked on a stack of books, talking to you about a book that I read. And then later on, I'll be sitting down at a computer by myself, editing it to share it with you and feel like we're forming a connection. So I just really felt that. Losing followers and collaboration partners isn't just business, it's personal. Because if people no longer buy into my brand, they no longer buy into me as a person. And what does it say about me that I can't get people to like me, the best version of me, even behind a filter? And I feel that sometimes not necessarily the collaboration partners, because the ones that I've had have been really, really great for the most part, especially with my podcast. And now that I've, like, from when I first started to where I am now, it's like much better. I don't really do a lot of collabs, but the ones that I do, I really enjoy. But I do feel that way, like when you lose followers or, you know, things like that, you can feel like if I'm only putting my best foot forward and people aren't liking me, then imagine them liking me on my bad days. Like, you just don't think it's possible. So sometimes you can get a little in your feels about that. So I did appreciate those conversations being brought up, but overall, I'm just going to give the story 3 out of 5 stars. If you enjoyed the first 2 books in the series, I think you would enjoy this one too. But I will say that I enjoyed the romance stories and the other ones more, but I enjoyed the setting of this one more, if that makes sense. But my favorite in the series is still the first one, then probably the second one, and then this third one. But setting, definitely this one. But yeah, so that's it for now. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read any more tonight or what, but I will keep you updated. Good morning, friends. It's a rainy, gloomy morning here today, but I have my book. I'm going to make some tea. I have these delicious teas that I could drink. I think I'm gonna do this one because it's like banana nut bread, and that's just like breakfasty to me. Good morning, friends. It is day 3 of Bows and Books, and I'm making some tea right now. It's a very wet and rainy day. We got quite a bit of rain last night, and it's pretty heavily falling down now as well. There are portions of our backyard that are flooded. Yeah, we are supposed to go visit my mother-in-law today. I did get her that rabbit and that he has risen sign. He is risen sign. So I want to take that to her. I think we're bringing her breakfast. But while I drink my tea, I want to read some of Picking Daisies on Sundays. Because I didn't read any of this yesterday. I just finished the catch. I'm still on page 82. I haven't picked this up since sprints on Thursday. So I definitely want to read some of this today. But I have today and tomorrow to do so. But of course the weekends are difficult for me because I do have a lot of things that I do with my husband on the weekends. So I don't have as much time on the weekends as I do the weekdays. So hopefully I can finish. Let's see. 307 pages. Yeah, I have like a little over like 220 pages, 230 pages. So I can do it. All right, still in PJs, making breakfast, still reading. Made it to chapter 16, page 113. I do think it's a cute story. I just don't think that I'm like really super connecting with it like I need to in a romance for it to be a 5 stars, but it has potential to be a 3 or 4 stars. We'll just see. how the rest goes. I'm about 1/3 of the way through. But yeah, I'm gonna make my breakfast. I'm gonna continue reading and I'll try to keep you updated. Hello friends, I'm here to update you on picking daisies on Sundays. This camera never wants to focus on this pale pink cover. All right, I'm here to update you on picking daisies on Sundays. I'm surprised with where I am now with this book, because the beginning I wasn't really connecting. And I think that's because they were friends, like childhood friends, and we didn't get to see any of that, or we got to see very little of that. So I felt like there was just all of this history between these characters that I was missing. And since that's when she fell in love with him, I wanted to see that more. But I will say it came around in the end, and I'm rating the story 4 out of 5 stars. There are still some things that could have made it stronger, as in I wish I would have seen a little bit more from their childhood, maybe flashbacks, maybe just an extra chapter in the beginning. I also completely understand, and I know it's super realistic for her to be self-conscious, not have confidence, you know, all of those things. But I didn't have to hear about how she didn't think she was pretty, or how she didn't think she was good enough all the time. Like, the self-worth, if it's not there, fake it till you make it, honey. And I got a little tired of hearing about it all the time. Once or twice, yeah, sure, but like over and over and over again, I was like, yeah, I get it. You don't have a good sense of self-worth. Neither do I. Welcome to the club. Levi is literally the cutest man on the face of this earth. Like, hearing about him blushing, and about his like dark academia moments, and about his curly hair, and about his glasses, and like he speaks French, he writes poetry in French. Like, it was just so unbelievably adorable, and how much he cared for his family, and he put his family above like his own feelings and stuff. I just loved him so much. He was just so, like, such a good guy. Like, you cannot find a better guy. And I also liked the friends and their traditions and the way that they were there for each other. This is a college romance. Levi is a TA, and he's working on being an educator, and also he's trying out for this like position, this like journalist position. And then Daisy is a fashion student, and you get to hear about that, about the clothes in her class. I loved the fashion part of it. It wasn't like too much, but it was enough to make it believable that like that's where she was spending a lot of her time. There was also an element of grief in here, because both of the main characters, Levi and Daisy, have lost their father, and they both deal with their grief in different ways. But I felt more sad for Levi than I did Daisy, and I know that's like weird, and I shouldn't say that, and like I understand that everybody grieves differently, but I almost felt like she hasn't come to terms with the fact that her father's no longer there. And I know, like I said, I know everybody grieves differently, but the way it was handled in here just felt so unbelievable. Like, I don't know, I just didn't click with that part. Like, I wasn't sad about it, and that made me sad that I wasn't sad. You know, I don't know if that's even making sense. I wish there was a little bit more flashbacks to their childhood and Daisy falling in love with him. I wish I felt a little bit more about the grief aspect, because it almost didn't even need to be in there the way that it was. Like, that could have just been taken out and it still would have been like the same story to me, so why put it in there? Number 3, I really wish that Daisy didn't talk about the fact that she was so self-conscious and not confident in her self-worth and all of that. Like, we get it, but also like stop talking about it. But so I would have connected a little bit more in the beginning had those things like worked better. But yeah, I'm still giving it a 4 stars. So I still highly recommend it. I really, really liked it. It could have been a 5 stars if those things would have been changed. But that wraps up my Bows and Books Readathon TBR. I read The Catch and I read this one, and I rated The Catch 3 stars and I'm rating this 4 stars. So I do recommend this. It just takes a while to get there, or at least it did for me. I will insert days 3 picture if I didn't already show you, and I will insert days 4 picture for Instagram because I thought I took some really fun pictures this week. But that's all for me. That's all for this reading vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having a lovely day or night. If you participated in the Bows and Books Readathon, let me know what you read in the comment section down below. And if you did not participate and wish you would have participated, leave a bow, or if you just don't have anything else to say, leave a bow emoji down in the comment section. But like I said, I hope you guys are having a lovely day or night, and I'll see you guys again in another video very soon. Bye, friends.